Hey guys, welcome to K Creations. I'm Kaveri and today we're going to make some coasters out of an interesting basket weave technique that has a lot of variations. So let's begin. So for this we will need some rope. So this one I have here is a braided cotton rope. I love the natural feel to it, so I'm going to use this one. You can take any nylon rope or you can even use t-shirt yarn for this. Then you will also require a thinner thread. I'm going to be using this one. This is a cotton embroidery thread. You can also use some jute twine or wool if you have lying around, or a sewing thread will also work. So you can take your choice of thin thread. We will be working a basket weave with a tapestry needle. So I have this one with me. You can also use the plastic ones or you can use any needle with a blunt tip and a pair of scissors. So let's begin. Cut a piece of your thin thread. I'm going to take about 2 meters. You can keep adding this. So don't worry if your thread falls short in between your project. Put it in your needle and we're ready to go. If you feel like your thread is too long, because I'm taking 2 meters of it, you can even take 1 meter and begin. So we can keep adding our thread. So I have this piece of rope already cut, but you don't need to cut it. You can just take your roll of rope and cut it in the end when you get your desired size. Now we begin with making a circle. Okay, so we just tip the end in and now we start spiraling this. So we hold it together and we spiral it just a bit, not too much, this much. Then we take our thread, put it inside. Now you remember I asked you to take a blunt needle because we don't want to pierce inside our rope. We just want to bind the rope together. So we are not threading the rope, we are just binding it together. So we just put our needle inside our center and you can leave an end. We'll finish that later. Now we start wrapping this around because this is our first circle, our first turn. So we're just going to wrap it. So you can begin wrapping from one end. You can leave a bit of your start and then begin wrapping. Okay, so how do we wrap? Now we've just taken our needle out. We again put it inside from the same place because we're working the center right now. So we're just going to put it in the center again and again for a few rounds. Now say I want it to be this distance, this distance, this distance. That is for me to decide. Okay, so I'm going to take a little, this much, and again pierce it through. Not pierce it, actually just put it through. It's going to look a bit ugly in the start. That's fine, that's completely fine. Okay, we're going to trim it off in the end. So do a few of these, maybe 3, maybe 4. So I've done a few right at the beginning. Okay, now I've reached a stage where I'm getting 2 ropes in my loop. Okay, so the center one that I left and the one that's now wrapping. So I'm going to take both of them in and just do it from the center like we were doing earlier, same way. you might have to adjust this, but don't worry, the starting is a bit tricky because you're just trying to go against the rope and combine it. After that, it becomes much easier. Okay, so here you can see I have started doing my second round. So I have already combined my second rope and my first. So 2 ropes at a time. Okay. So I'm going to continue doing this till I reach my third row. So for 2 rows, I'm going to continue taking the needle out of the center. So now it's starting to look something like this. Now I will have to start with my third row. So my spiral already has 2 rounds. So for my third row, I'm going to again take 2 of these. Okay, so if I again take it from the center, I will have 3 ropes in my thread. I do not want that. I want only 2 at a time. I just want to connect the ropes. Okay, so 2 are fine. 2 or more we can take, but I'm just going to take 2 in this method. So working your first 2 rows are pretty straightforward because you know you have to get the needle out of the center, right? But when you're going for your third or your fourth row, here's a tip for you guys. So when you're taking this, just hold it between your little finger and your ring finger so that it stays in place. Yeah, and then pierce your needle through. Now make sure that you're piercing behind and not this side. Okay, can you see it clearly? So I am not piercing here, I am piercing this side because we are working in this direction. So if I pierce in this direction, see what happens. The next one is ready to go, leaving 1. Can you see it? And now I'll show you the right way. There is no right or wrong way in basket weave because you are open to exploration. Once you know one method, you can do so much with it. But I'm just saying it's the right way because as a beginner, it's a more controlled way for you. So when you take this, you just secure it with your finger and you put it this side, which for now is the right way. We take it out and now our thread is ready to go with our previous thread. Okay, so it will look neater. Again, we move forward. Oh, sorry. Adjusting this. And the next row. So you'll see this beautiful pattern emerging already. And you can adjust, you can keep adjusting. Like after you're done with 3 or 4 rows, you can just shift your thread a little to get a nice, neater even gaps. So you continue doing this, and this is a really nice help. So holding your thread between your ring finger and your little finger, because it really keeps your thread in place. So you can see this pattern already emerging. Now I can just adjust these because you can see there's a lot of gap here and there's not much here. Keep shifting them slightly, one row at a time, and you'll get your desired distance. So you keep working like this and you keep going ahead. I hope you've understood this. I'll just speed the process up so I'm able to show you what happens when this thread ends and how to attach a new one. So I've reached my row 5. This is my row 5 that I'm going to make now. But since all my triangles, these triangles that you can see, are increasing, so I don't want my edges or my 7th or 8th row to be very open. So what I'll do is I'll start weaving in between this. Can you see? Instead of weaving here, I'm going to do it in between. Let's see. Can you see this? So we'll get extra lines and we're going to continue the same way. I'm holding my workpiece like this so you're able to see it. So I'm weaving it in the opposite direction. You can also keep it flat on you and then you can do it, okay? That's more convenient. You can see how it's looking. Now I'm just left with one last center. Now we're going to continue the same way for all these, like we never had to create them. So I've reached here, okay, we can always adjust the spacing, that's fine. Now I have little thread left. So what do I do with it? Because I have to attach new thread. So I won't stitch it to this or anything. I'll just weave this in and finish this. So I just take it like normally I would, okay, and turn my piece and just weave it inside my bag, okay? So I'm just going to weave it. Just thread it normally, like, don't have to do a lot. That's it. And you can just trim this off. And it won't come out, okay? It will stay there, it won't come out, so don't worry. Now we can attach a new piece here. So I cut another thread. So I take this another piece of thread, and now I have to weave in the next one. Okay, so what do? I just weave from the center outwards. I can weave it in rounds as well, but this looks more neat. So I just weave it. Just to be extra secure, if you're not very confident about this, you can always put some glue on your end, okay? But the weave stays, okay? So don't worry. So now, remember we were taking it from the front to the back, but right now our thread is at the back because we just weaved in the start of this new thread. So we'll just put it through like this. We just put it through. We've got a thread here, and then we just start doing how we were doing it earlier. Okay, it's just like a same old piece of thread. Okay, great. So we can just continue doing this till the very end. Now I'm going to show you a few variations of this weave that you can try. So the one that we are currently doing, it looks something like this after it's done. Okay, so you see how I've created this new line? Yeah, so that's what we're doing with this piece as well. And you see it's going to look a little untidy in the start, but that depends on your spacing also. So once you space it out properly, it'll look pretty. Now we can also do something like this with the same method, but here we're just wrapping 2 at a time. So we continue doing this taking 2 at a time, 2 cords. Here I've taken 2, 3, 4, and then again I've taken 2, 3, 4, then again 2, 3, 4. But remember, I'm not taking 1 at a time, because if I take 1 at a time, then I'm not joining 2 cords together. Then it will be all flimsy, and then it will just be cords. Then it won't be one piece. So remember to take 2 or more at a time. Okay, so you can do something like this as well. Another thing that you can do is something like this. So in this, my cord is not seen, only the thread is seen, because I'm covering the cord as well. So I'll just show you how to do this once. It's very easy. So all I'm doing is I'm wrapping my cord. Okay, so I'm just wrapping 1, 2, 3, how many ever wraps you want to do. Depends on your distance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've taken 10 wraps, and now I'm going to weave normally. So you see how it's come? Again, next one, going to weave wrap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6 maybe. Okay, depends on what design I want to create. Say 6. And then again take 2 together and just join it. So you can do this method. Sorry, I've just taken a random number, so the cord is visible, but you can. So if you keep doing this from the very start, you'll get something like this. Okay, this also looks really pretty if you want to try. Or how I've just started doing this. This is another design now we have. So we've started with something like this, and we're going to end with something like this. So that's another creation. So there are n number of things that you can do with this technique. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few methods of ending this piece. In this one, I've just wrapped it around. Okay, so when I got to the end, I just kept wrapping on top, and that's it. And then just I weaved the end in. Okay, in this one, I've just turned the end in and then wrapped it around, and I've left a little cord at the end for a different look. So you can do that as well. Here again, I've just turned and I've left a little loop. So I've made this loop here, and again I've wrapped this around so that it's tight and fixed, and then I've wrapped the whole thing and again wrapped this around and finished it. So I've just again put it in from back. So let me just cut this. So you make a loop like this and press it. Okay, so press it from here and just make some tight wraps around here. Because we want it to fix well, so you have to make a lot of tight wraps here, and then you can wrap this around, or you can leave it like that, or I showed you the other options, so you can choose to do whatever you wish. And you can end the weave and end the thread just like I showed you. You can just weave it in. If you're feeling a little unsafe, you can always put some glue. For the center, if you feel it's fine, if you feel it's neat enough, you can just leave it as it is. Like I left it as it is in this one. Okay. Here I felt a little untidy and my center was a little fraying, so I just wrapped the yarn around a few times. So you can do that as well. Or even better, you can start with this method. So your center is already covered and you don't have to worry about the untidiness. And then you can start with this. So that is also an option that you can do. So this is my finished coaster. Since I'd already started wrapping around in the middle, so I just changed the design a bit. And as you know, that I just took a little bit of rope when I started, so I had to attach a new piece of rope to it. So I did that in the black wrapped part so that it stays there and it's not that visible as well. So you can also use this trick while working your coaster. So guys, I hope you were able to follow this video well, and I cannot wait to see your versions of this as coasters and mats and whatever you create. Please don't forget to subscribe to K Creations and like this video if you enjoyed it. Click the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. I post diverse craft videos from upcycle craft to needlecraft to yarn handicrafts. And if you have any suggestions for my next video, do let me know. Happy creating, stay safe, stay crafty.